Chapter 3. The Hollow Fate. Ayansh's point of view. I couldn't take my eyes off her. So young, just 18, and yet, somehow, the weight of centuries sat behind those eyes. Eyes too mature for a girl who hadn't even tasted the world, and yet had survived its most brutal storms. R.V. Agarwal. The child who never truly got to be one. There's something haunting about watching someone reflect your own past back at you. She and I, different generations, different scars, but the same hollowness echoing in our bones. We were both abandoned by fate, raised not with love, but by legacy, by duty. I remember the stories. My mother, once the Queen of Mewar, Shailaja Rajvanshi, and her dearest friend, Shobna Devi, Arvi's grandmother, bonded like sisters, married in the same mandap, laughed under the same chandeliers, shared silences thick with secrets. But the gods, cruel being they are, never let joy linger. A year after Shobna's marriage, Arvi's mother, Maitri, was born. My mother adored Maitri, treated her like the daughter she never had. Maitri was everywhere, in the halls of Aishwarya Palace that was made by my grandfather, Aishwarya, in the courtyards, in the rain drenched gardens where my mother once whispered her dreams to the skies, and when my parents struggled for 5 years to conceive, it was Maitri who filled that void. Then I was born, but I brought death with me. My first cry stole my mother's last breath. The nurses said she smiled while giving me life, and then went silent forever. Fate's first wound. Maitri never left my side after that. She became my shadow, my shield. And then fate struck again. A car crash. I was 13. My father and Maitri's father gone in seconds. Just like that. The kingdom fell to me, a boy barely old enough to understand the weight of a crown. But Maitri, she stood tall, even as grief hollowed her from the inside. She held my broken pieces when hers was shattering too. She was 18 when she married an army officer, a good man, absent often, defending borders, carrying guns instead of garlands. She moved back into Aishwarya Palace during his frequent postings. It was peaceful for a while, and then, one day, he never returned. Shot dead on a snowy battlefield, a telegram arrived, wrapped in blood and formality. She collapsed that night, but life, twisted and poetic, had planted another heartbeat within her. The same day she lost her husband, she discovered she was pregnant. That child was Arvi, the only light in the ashes. I remember holding her the day she was born, her tiny fist curled around my finger. For the first time in years, there was laughter in the palace. Her arrival marked a turn. Business recovered. The air grew lighter. She was Lakshmi reborn. But gods never gift without taking something in return. Maitri began to fade. Postpartum depression and asthma gripped her like shadows in a storm. Yet she fought for 6 years. Each breath she stole from death was for Arvi. And then she was gone too. Arvi was just 6 when she lost her last parent. She became mine then. My blood by choice, not birth. But I was just 22, newly married to Ishita Goel, glowing in the first flush of love. I thought, I hoped, between the two of us, we could give Arvi a family again. She saw everything. Her eyes, wide, quietly recorded our joys, our arguments, our silences. Years passed. Ishita and I had a daughter. Aishwarya Rajvanshi, my second princess, my redemption. When Aishwarya was born, I swore to never repeat the cycle. I protected Ishita like glass, hovered over her during pregnancy, ensured everything was perfect. The day Aishwarya arrived, I wept like a child. We were happy, or so I thought. Business demanded my time, long nights, distant cities. I had no idea what was unfolding behind my back. Ishita, my Ishita, was sneaking out during my absences, leaving our newborn behind. With whom? With Arvi, an 8-year-old girl. The very idea burns me now. But Arvi got that child, never flinched. She cared for Aishwarya with more tenderness than her own mother ever showed. Fed her, rocked her, sang to her. She gave her what she'd never received herself, a childhood that felt like home. I missed it all until the day of Aishwarya's first birthday. I was supposed to be out of town for a critical deal, but something tugged me back. I returned home early, heart racing with plans to surprise my princess. Instead, the surprise awaited me. Balloons fluttered across the hall, fairy lights twinkled about chandeliers, laughter echoed, but not from Ishita. She wasn't there. Arvi was. In a simple dress, her hair tied back, she was directing the servants like a queen born of silence. Every corner of the palace whispered of her devotion. She orchestrated the entire celebration for her cousin, for my daughter, for a child who wasn't even her own. I watched, hidden behind a pillar, as she fed Aishwarya a cake with shaking fingers and whispered, "You're everything your mother should have cherished." And that's when the world cracked. Ishita's affair, the betrayal, the stolen moments I had mistaken for sacrifice. The truth hit me like thunder, roaring through every hollow inside me. I walked into the light, then, face unreadable, her eyes met mine, and something shifted. Not just in me, but in her too. Arvi wasn't a child anymore. She was a flame that had survived fire, and I couldn't look away.
Married to My Uncle, A Contract Marriage. Listen to the full audiobook on YouTube or Pratilipi FM. Alfazo Ka Safarnama.